little bit more than halfway through the NFL football season. And I think we got a few surprises. I don't think this year has been full of, crazy surprises. I think the teams that everybody thought was going to be pretty good are pretty good, and the teams that everybody thought was going to be pretty trash are pretty trash. But I do want to ask this question because I do believe that there are several seats for this particular section. And so I'm going to ask you to give me your list of coaches and players who are on the hot seat.
This is a good topic to start with. And I'm actually going to put a couple of coaches and a couple of players. I'm going to intertwine them, right? Because when you think about, in my opinion, when you think about guys that are on the hot seat in the NFL, you're talking about head coaches who probably have something in common. And that one thing they probably have in common is they haven't got the quarterback position right, in my opinion. So if I had to start with a list of guys that these are guys, their seat is already hot. I'm gonna give you a couple of guys where the seat is already hot, and then I'm gonna give you a couple of guys where it's warming up, but it's not quite hot yet. So the seat is hot. Let's go to Detroit. Let's go to Detroit. Yeah. And now, granted, this guy's in his first year. Dan Carpenter is in his first year, right? Mm-hmm. But when I say getting it right at the quarterback position, you got to take into consideration that Detroit also had a coach that had a 9-7 record that they ended up firing. Actually, I think he had 2 winning seasons, and they ended up firing him. So you got to get it right, and you got to get it right at the quarterback position. Now, they made a move. They got rid of Matthew Stafford. They got Jared Goff over there now. And, again, it's still season 1, but it's not working. And I don't know what you use as a measuring stick or how you determine whether you're trending in the right direction or not, but It is not working. If I'm not mistaken, they're winless. I think they tie with the Steelers. So Dan Carpenter definitely on the hot seat. And his quarterback, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but the guy was pretty good when he was with McVay. He was pretty good, but his big time moment in the Super Bowl made people kind of question him just a little bit. And then you put him in a new environment. Now, granted, it is Detroit, but you put him in a new environment. And again, it's several different ways to measure whether you're headed in the right direction in the NFL, but usually wins are the most important.
Bottom line.
That's the bottom line. So I got to throw Mr. Goff in the mix. The seat is hot. Now, if you go over to the New York Jets, the head coach, who is also a relatively new head coach, right? But we're gonna stick with this theme of not getting it right at the quarterback position, because this is a mess. What's happening at the New? This is an absolute mess. They draft Zach, who's supposed to be the next Patrick Mahomes.
That's what
if I listen to all the experts and all the analysts and what he can do with his legs when he's outside of the pocket and how he can see the field, and he's got all the intangibles, and he stinks.
Yes.
Okay. He stinks.
Yes.
And I think they just recently signed Joe Flacco. If I'm not mistaken, but the bottom line is the head coach and the quarterback are not working.
No.
The seat is hot. The seat is hot. And then lastly, on the hot seat, I would say the Chicago Bears, Matt Nagy. And now I do give Justin Fields a little bit of grace, right? Because he was never anointed as the guy officially. So it's different when you come in as a, kind of waiting your turn versus being the guy. So I will ease off on Justin Fields just a little bit, but the story is the same. 3 coaches who have not gotten it right at the quarterback position. And in my personal opinion, these coaches are on the hot seat. And with the exception of Justin Fields, who kind of gets a mulligan, these quarterbacks are on the hot seat.
I'm with it. You got a deal. Definitely got a deal, especially with Zach Wilson. I don't know.